What's up, YouTube? It's your boy X here again, and yeah, I'm just calling it a nightcap. I know the lighting quality is definitely a little bit different in this video, but yeah, it's like I said, I'm getting ready for a nightcap. I'm at the end of my shift, and I don't know why I say end of my shift. Basically, I can't drive anymore, so and I'm on my way to Ohio from Florida, and I'm currently in North Carolina, so I'm kind of close. I'm probably like 5, 6 hours away. But yeah, I should be there by tomorrow. But I'm doing this video right now because I started a video earlier, and for some reason I thought I can get away with the music on YouTube playing in the background while I was recording, and hoping that I could hear the music too. But for some reason it glitched out my phone, and you wasn't able to hear me well. You can, if you listen close, you can hear pretty well, but the shaking of the camera and everything, I just had to scrap the whole video. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it over right here. Before I do, I just want to let everybody on my original channel know, the X-Men channel, that yes, I have started a new channel. It's called Demon Slayer X. You can find it by searching Demon Slayer X 1017. And yeah, that's where all my new spiritual shit's gonna be at. And I wanted to kind of hold off from actually making an announcement on the X-Men channel about that type of stuff, because I wanted to get a decent amount of content on there. So I think at this point I do have a decent amount now. And yeah, y'all can go check out some stuff. And just keep in mind, I'm still learning how to express these thoughts that's on my mind and try to finesse and also work with the time that I have. So there's going to be videos like this, which I'm not sure if I'm really going to edit. I'm probably just going to just post it straight onto YouTube, and yeah, that's kind of like how I might do also the videos on the Demon Slayer X channel. But anyways, guys, this video that I recorded earlier was solely about dreams, because I legit had a breakthrough period, a breakthrough moment 2 days ago. I think right before I left to leave for Ohio. And guys, man, this shit is just so profound. I'm definitely onto something. So make sure y'all stick to the end of the video to hear that, because I want to kind of go in a sequential order. I might go back, and I'm saying this now because how I did the video the first time, I kind of want to do it in the same kind of format and way. So basically, I'm going to tell y'all like a couple dreams that I had within this month. And not this month, we just got into this month. It's about to be the 7th. So like towards the end of September. All right. So either way, not too long ago, probably 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, somewhere around there, there's three dreams that I want to explain, but there's gonna be another one that I'll throw in there. So the first dream that I want to tell you about, um, damn, I got to give you another disclaimer. There's something I noticed with my dreams lately, and it's me dealing with women. I don't know why that is. Um, I kind of just recently went through a kind of a breakup in a sense, and it's so I wonder if that might be related in some kind of sense. I had to cut somebody off, unfortunately, and sometimes you just got to do that, and let me not get too detailed into that. So I'm just saying all these dreams because literally all these dreams that I'm about to tell you about is dealing with women in some kind of way, fashion or form. The first dream is basically in this area that looks exactly like my last job, where it's the DC, or the distribution center of my last job. So I worked for a company that distributed and transported products from Target, right? So in a distribution center, when a truck driver goes to pick up the equipment, you got to go through a security gate, get checked in, depending if you have a trailer or not. And sometimes even if you don't have a charter, you still might have to get checked in. It depends on the distribution center, right? As soon as you go through that gate, there's this building that I never been in. It's like a square building, and I'm guessing that's a shipping and receiving department. Where I had to go to was you go straight past the security guard, straight past this building that I'm talking about right now, which the dream is focused on, and you go around the corner and you go into the basically the other side of this building, I guess, if I really think about it. Um, but yeah, that's unnecessary details. This building, this first building after the security guard shack, um, that I never personally been in real life. In my this dream that I'm referring to, I was inside, and it's I was getting hired for a new job. I was in orientation with a couple of other people, and we was all like getting ready to start our first day at work. I think there might have been some people who already was working with the company, and there was like helping with the orientation and stuff. But I found myself lost at some point after orientation was done because I believe the orientation was in the upper level, like maybe the second floor. So I remember going downstairs and about to walk outside and then being like, all right, what do I do now? What do I do? So I went back into the place where we had orientation. I think I might have had to take an elevator because I remember elevators. So, but regardless, I get back to the room where the teacher was, and I asked him whatever I needed to ask him. Whatever I asked, I don't really remember. But there was two ladies, two females in there, and it seems like I don't know if they was asking questions too or not, but I just know as soon as I got what I needed from the teacher and the confirmation of whatever information I needed, I left. And these two ladies immediately followed me right afterwards. So I do remember getting in the elevator with these two ladies, and obviously there's some kind of I don't know how to. There's some kind of chemistry, but I don't remember saying anything at this moment. This, and that's me. If I see if I don't know how to put this, but goddamn, I'm trying to be transparent. I'm being honest with y'all. Sometimes like that play hard to catch thing. Um, there's some kind of aspect with that to me in a sense because I could tell when a woman likes me, right? Or and I guess the other way around, women could tell when a man likes them. Usually, men are more aggressive, but when it's the other way around, it throws women off. It definitely does. So I just remember me trying to break eye contact with them while waiting to get off the elevator, and I might have smiled at them, might have said hello or something, and they said hello back. And these girls are probably like cheesing out, like so they definitely got the hots for me. Big fucking deal. After we get outside or get out the elevator, I walk outside. I guess I'm about to walk to my truck. They're about to do the same thing, but they're like so on my ass, like they're walking behind me, and I just feel uncomfortable. I guess I felt uncomfortable in a dream to a certain point where I had to turn around and ask them something, and then it was like I don't really remember what was said. I really don't, but I know the exchange of words were positive and peaceful because this might not sound this might not sound right after me saying this, but the ladies eventually ended up crying, and I feel like they ended up crying because they were so happy about something. You know what I'm saying? They were so happy about something with me, or I really don't know. This is the feeling I'm getting from this, right? So while they're crying, I feel the need to give them a hug. I think, yeah, or it was almost like all of us wanted to hug. So I give one woman a hug the first time, and these hugs are so goddamn affectionate. They're almost like intimate, right? So, and then I give the other one a hug. And these, just another side note, these are very beautiful chicks. I think they're like Brazilian or some kind of type of Hispanic type of woman, right? Um, More of a darker complexion, but yeah, something. I don't know. The dream was very, very touching, right? So yeah, I after we exchange our hugs and I say bye to them, I think that eventually I wake up, right? So eventually I wake up, and I'm waking up with this dream in my mind. I'm like, damn. Again, guys, keep in mind I don't dream often at all. So when I have something so detailed like this, I'm like, damn, what the hell does this mean? And I was like so I don't know what's the right word to say, but I was so like captured by that whole dream because the feelings like when I woke up, they like stuck with me. That whole affection, with us hugging and shit. Um so yeah. So that's the first dream, right? It might not sound too serious, but again, just pay attention to how much details I'm putting into this. Because the second dream, is dealing with two women as well. All right. So, and almost in the same manner, but this time we're not like hugging or anything or doing anything. So, this next dream is weird because all I remember is walking into a building that was apparently some kind of like small mall or something, or maybe a big mall. I just don't remember all parts, so I didn't get a chance to go into all the different parts of the building. But I do remember a parking lot, and it was like almost a small parking lot with a restaurant right across from it. So not too many vehicles could fit in it. But once you went inside this first door, it was like, when you walk inside a mall, there's like places where you can get food, right? And there's like this little, I don't know how to say it, but it's like a display case of the food that the people are trying to sell or make for people. And it's actually the food too. It really depends. I'm just trying to think of like some kind of Chinese kind of place where you can get food inside the mall and you can actually look through the display glass and see. There was a couple different stalls like that with the people behind working, doing whatever they was doing. And eventually I don't, all right, so I'm kind of starting to lose it a little bit, but eventually I start trying to walk to another part of the building, and there's this song playing. I don't know exactly, I can't remember any lyrics at all, but check this out. This is another side note. Anytime I hear music in my dreams, it could sound like something that is playing in today's world, but I assure you it's not. I assure you it's not. Because I've noticed when I hear music in dreams over the years, it's almost like I wanted to capture the lyrics and like put them down, either write them down or see if I can match them up to another song that's in real life. And you would think that when you heard a song in a dream and then you might hear it later on in the radio or something similar, that it would stand out, and never does, even though some of these songs might sound somewhat similar. But regardless, this song was playing, and eventually these two black women, um, start coming towards my way. I guess they was going to head towards that same door. And I don't know if I held the door open for them or they eventually beat me to the door. and open a door, and I held the door for them. But check this out: these two women again were staring hard at me, staring hard, and one of them was staring and singing at the same time, and she was singing along to the song that I'm trying to refer to about. And damn, if I just woke up and I wrote all this shit down, I would have, been able to tell you out the lyrics. That's why it's important to, as soon as you have a dream, write that shit down. Take the time to write that shit down, because certain details about these dreams are going to be fleeting. And when I get to this last part, my last dream, you're going to understand why it might be important to do that. All right. So before I get to that last dream, which again is dealing with another woman, but I want to tell you about a dream back in 2016, because I want y'all to see this pattern. This dream is, of course, way in the past, right? 2016 I'm referring to. It's 2023 right now. But I can still remember this dream like the back of my hand. So, this was a time where I was meditating daily, probably 3 times a day, and eating clean, no meats, and just living a holistic, clean life, and also making sure to keep my heart clean too. As far as like in my dealings with people, that's a big part of meditation, right? Meditation helps you to learn to balance that heart, the heart chakra, the heart, whatever you want to call it. It helps you to be able to understand people more, right? So, all right. So during this particular time, I remember falling asleep and then having a dream. Now, anybody from the north areas, there's certain kind of apartments where you have a building. You can walk before you walk into a building. There's a door, right? So you have a door, and then once you're inside the door, there's another door which has a kind of panel where you can actually push buttons or push some kind of intercom, that's tied to one of the apartments. If you don't have keys, right? So if somebody's in that apartment, they can hit a buzzer or another button to open up that next door to let you in, and then you can walk up to the apartment. This was the type of setting for this. And apparently I was inside already, but I'm looking out. Apparently the front door to the building is open, so there's nothing but white light. All right, and I guess the building inside was beautiful too. It was like an upscale 5-star, like, beautiful place, man. I don't know what the hell I was doing there, but a lady came to bring me a letter. So basically, the front door was open. I can see outside, but there was a gate, and in between the gate, there's a little spot where you can put mail in between, right? This beautiful woman, I think this one was white. This was a Caucasian woman in a white dress, pretty much almost like damn near glowing and shit, right? And she came to give me a letter. No, I don't remember to this day and time, because it's been so long, if that letter was meant for me or for somebody else. But I almost want to slightly say that I'm inclined to say that it might have been for somebody else. Maybe one of my family members or something, I could be wrong, because she came to me in my dream, but this is how we gotta interpret shit. Things could be, I don't know how to put it, man. Deeper than we could ever try to understand. But yeah, that's another dream, and again, it's dealing with women. So, and you see a pattern here. It's mostly women, so it's almost like these are people who might have been in a past life, which I don't know if I'm fully like have the mindset to be on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I fully believe that past life shit yet. But at the same time, I'm not doubting it at all, because I believe that family members, like older family members, that pass away, could reincarnate themselves in some way or some form. Like, for instance, this nose that I have, maybe it could be a nose from not my mom, not my father. It could be from my great 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 grandfather or something, you know? So, in a way, he's still alive. That's just one concept, one way of wrapping your head around it, right? But literally having whole past lives and then going back into the place where all the souls are born, or whatnot, um, and then being reincarnated into another family. I'm not doubting that at all, but at the same time, um, I guess only time will tell, right? But then again, there's this thing, guys, there's a lot of information I think I know about life, and I purposely hold it back. But what I was going to stop myself from saying is, during this whole reincarnation process, there is something intentionally done to have an amnesic kind of effect. So a forgetting of things, and it's intentional. And I say that because, listen, I'm going to say this before I get to this last dream. Remember to stick around for that, because that is the most important shit. But I want to say this because I was born a Christian, right? I mean, I was raised a Christian. And then living with my family, them being Christians and me following them, you become acclimated to that dogma, right? To that type of lifestyle. After I changed out of that, you kind of gotta see, like, how does everything add up? Because not everything could be false. It's just the information has been either inverted or it's been heavily dealt with. It's some higher uppers severely changed it, so you don't actually get the deeper meaning. The whole thing with Jesus, you are supposed to be Jesus. Everybody on this earth is supposed to be a representation of who Jesus is, because that crown that was put on his head, we have that inside of us. That's up to y'all to do your own research, but it gets a lot deeper than that. But the real Jesus, what I know now today, and this is a story, that was supposedly told by not supposedly, but was told by a channeler about who the real Jesus is. And supposedly the real Jesus, whose real name is Yeshua, came to this channeler and gave the real story, which is what I'm stuck on and what I believe to this day, that in vitro fertilization, it wasn't no first man, first woman, or first man and then somebody took a rib or something, and then made a woman. I believe there were beings already here or from another galaxy, Sirius B, and they came here and changed some genes up and eventually made this first human subspecies, that was part them. I'm not going to say that name yet, but we'll get deeper into that on the Demon Slayer X channel, alright? So, before I get into this last dream, I want to go ahead and mention too, since this is going to be on my X-Men channel, that the reason why I call myself Demon Slayer X, just so y'all don't know, is because that's essentially what I'm doing, and I'm teaching y'all. But over time, this right here, dealing with dreams, not really so much, but the way that you ponder and think about these things, this is a form of demon slaying, okay? I call myself that wholeheartedly because how could I not? As a child, I was tortured and bothered by these things. And then in my teens, I was able to build up a power that was able to fight back. And I never forgot about that. And I didn't post a video yet, but I do have a video that I'm about to post before this one. It's going to be the video right before this on my Demon Slayer X channel that shows my proper use of me using my chi. All right, in the form of goosebumps on my body. All right, so y'all check that out if y'all want to get a little more hints into that. I think it might be called Kundalini Awakening or something like that. And I'm gonna say this now too because there's a lot that I kind of left out that I'm thinking about. There's a lot that I leave out because there's something about being in front of the camera. It's like I get nervous in a way, and I just start trying. My thoughts start racing, even though sometimes I could keep track of what I'm doing. But when it comes to as much details as I can put, some things I lack. And until I watch it later, and then I'd be like, God, damn, I should have said that. Just keep that in mind, y'all. Just keep that in mind, all right? And I'll do a more detailed version of that Kundalini Awakening video later. So, now to get to this last stream, all right? This is, man, I cannot believe this shit happened to me. But it has happened to me plenty of times. So, basically, the last day that I was in Florida, I had to wake up early and stuff. So I had a good night's sleep. I fell asleep pretty early. And I found myself waking up inside a dream. About to get into a relationship with another beautiful Hispanic woman. All I can remember her as being like some kind of Dominican looking, very thick, beautifully shaped, red hair, like dark burgundy colored hair. Like man, I'm just saying this because like, god damn, like yo, if I can get a woman like that, yo, please send her my way, please. You know what I'm saying? But um, this meanest woman was literally getting into a relationship. I was in her house and she was in mine, and basically, I'm going to try to speed past this part because the whole interaction between me and this woman is not the important part. But before the dream ended, me and this woman, she expressed her concerns about me cheating on her, and she didn't. She just hoped that I didn't cheat on her, and I think she eventually, I consoled her and let her know that that was not going to happen, and I think we laid down and had some light, intimate interactions. Not no deep interactions, just light, like what a man and a woman does when they're in love with each other, but not trying to like make babies and shit. All right, so don't get it too twisted. But right after that brief moment, um, yeah, I woke up, and again, I'm when I wake up, I'm like, damn, this is another dream with women. Like, what the hell is the deal with this? Keep in mind again that yes, I just recently went through a breakup. Maybe there's some part of my subconscious that's thinking like, damn, maybe this is what he really wants or what I really want. Which like right now, I can wait on all of that. I totally can. I'm like in the process of getting my shit together, and I just got put onto a new job, and I just climbed up the ladder in this truck and shit. So I even got to stay away a little bit longer than I want to, unfortunately. But at the same time, I miss this shit. I really do. This is my dream job. I'm glad to be here, and yeah. So thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you, everything. But all right, so I wake up from this dream, and I'm like enamored. God damn, it's another dream about a woman. I should fall back into this dream because damn, what I was just going through, it was like nice. And I was like, yo, she was so beautiful. And I'm like, yo, let me fall back into this dream and see if I could get some better stuff to pop. thinking about the light interaction. And I think I got up before I tried to get back into that dream. Um, I either got up to use the restroom or take a sip of some water, and then I laid back down. Keep in mind, there's nothing really going on in my room. I have a fan right behind me, and I have my computer on that's playing some um, beach sounds, just like water crashing onto the sand, right? And it's consistent. So I got like three sounds. I got the computer sounds itself, the fan on the computer, the beat sounds coming from what the computer is playing, and then the fan behind me. And I'm laying on the bed sideways, not the right way. My head is not at the headboard. I purposely laid my head sideways so I could be facing the north. There's some science into that. Y'all gotta look into that. It's about the magnetic and the North Pole and the South Pole. There's certain things you can do where how you lay and stuff. So I might want to look into that. And this is what I was intentionally trying to do that day. But after I got back up and I started to lay back down and try to get myself back into the dream, I was legit about to fall right back into the dream. And I don't know how I have the ability to do that because I've done it quite a couple of times, I believe. Usually, I'll be honest with y'all. Usually, the next time I fall back into the dream, I might not remember things as easily, or something like that. But this particular time that I'm talking about, dealing with this beautiful new woman who I'm about to get into a relationship with, and yeah, she's asking me not to cheat and stuff, and begging me not to cheat or something like that. Um, I stopped myself from going back into it. So let me just say this: I can feel myself about to fall right into a dream. I don't know if it's just because of my sleeping habits or something. I don't know how to put this, man. There's like, all right, let me just say this. This might freak y'all out too. Um, but if any of y'all have ever slept on your back with one of your legs up, one of your knees up, and then right when you're waking up, you feel it shake or go like this. It's I want to say some of y'all could probably feel like it might be somebody doing that to you. At the same time, I feel like it could be. Um, I feel like it's you getting back into your body, but it's kind of like some kind of weird interaction. There's like some kind of shaking aspect to it because for me to pull myself out from falling into this dream, right? There's like a struggle. I'm like, you know, it's not like I'm trying to pull myself up. It's like I'm trying to how should I say? It's like an internal struggle, but at the same time you're trying to move, I guess, a little bit. So guys, this is not no easy shit to describe, but just follow me. So, um in this in between state where I'm like so like I'm literally right about to fall pass the fuck out. I'm right go right back into this dream. Right back into dreamland. But I'm conscious. My eyes are still open and I'm laying on my back and I'm looking at the ceiling. During this moment right here, there's a couple things I noticed. And this is where I need to get y'all notes. I almost want to cry saying this shit because guys, let me tell y'all this. In this in between state, which has happened to me quite a couple of times, and not just how it's happened that I'm about to explain, but just by the feeling of me pulling myself out or about to go back in. I don't think it. I think there's a difference, but I'm on my back, staring at the ceiling, and the first thing I notice, there's an alphabet of letters, right? In a clear, opaque fashion. So the ceiling in the place where I was sleeping has a popcorn ceiling. So I was able to see the texture of the ceiling through these letters, so I can verify that these letters was here. Okay, and I don't know if it was the full alphabet. I want to say it was one, two, three, maybe four lines of letters. And then there was definitely a row of numbers. I don't remember how many rows. It wasn't that long, that much too. It took up a certain portion of my vision. It wasn't like the whole ceiling was covered with letters. But I noticed the letters, right? When I noticed these letters, I guess I'm kind of like kind of focused on trying to break out at the same time. So my senses, I see the letters, I confirm that they're there. I can hear the computer playing the water sounds, and I can hear the fan behind me. But there's something else that was added. There was some music playing. Oh my god. This shit is like, man, guys, there was some music playing. I couldn't tell what kind of music it was, but um, it was almost like music was playing for a fact, and you can also hear like, I almost want to say like a radio chatter, like when you know how somebody's announcing things on the radio, like on the either on the AM station or the FM, but in between without no music playing. Even though I heard music, you can hear a separate voice, and I don't remember what the man. I might have remembered what the man was saying upon waking up. I think there was one thing or two things, but other than that, there was one last thing that I heard, and it was this kind of computer sounds, like digital, and they had high pitches, so this might sound funny. This might be a funny part, but um, it reminds me of maybe like some kind of alien craft, which you might hear on the old school alien craft or old school representation of what you might hear on a computer craft or in a science lab. All of these sounds, including the vision that I seen on the ceiling of the letters, um, it made me think that I'm literally about to be transported into another dimension, right? This is the thing, y'all. This is the thing. Once I pulled myself completely out and everything went away, even the sounds, even the music, I was like, I was so shocked. I was like, no, I got it. No, I got it. So, upon falling into a dream or falling into sleep, we might not always be able to remember, but our body, the light, does get transferred somewhere, or we get transferred inside our own body. I'm still not exactly sure about that. But from all these dreams that I mentioned that was dealing with women, the first two dreams was dealing with two women that might be the same people. I don't know. I don't know. They could be ancestors. They could be old loves from another lifetime. They can be alive spiritual beings just wanting to connect with me in the dream world and stuff, because maybe they know me somehow. I don't know. I don't. But the fact that I had this brief period, a moment in time where I'm consciously pulling myself or trying to stop myself from falling asleep right at the brink of sleep, right? And I'm like in this gray area where I can see the letters, I can hear music that wasn't playing in my room. There's no way that I heard what I heard right behind me, you know. And then all those computer like sounds, I'm like, yo, what the hell's this shit? I really think I was literally about to get transferred into another dimension, and that really makes me think that, let me put it like this. There was this video that I just watched recently. on the Black Magic 363 channel. He's a person on YouTube. Y'all should check him out. I'm going to mention a couple different names before I end this video. But there's this video that he just recently did with the person named Rod Hayes. Rod Hayes is another metaphysical thinker and talker, and he's somebody who could crack codes on damn near everything, right? And the title of this video was called, I think, The Human Body, the Earth Rover or something, you know? And he basically compared our bodies to that of the Mars rover. So, we on planet Earth are able to control something that's on another planet, Mars, right? By radio frequency waves and signals. What if we are being projected here too? We're being controlled from another area, you know, or it could be us doing it, and then our real lives are within the dreams, or some vice versa, or some shit like that. Or there's a higher being that is controlling all of this, but he's projecting it from a different area. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why, but it really makes me think of the moon, because obviously the moon does some weird shit nowadays, right? You can see the moon in one area, 20 minutes later, it's completely fucking gone or in a different area of the sky. I don't know about y'all, but I'm a truck driver. I see that shit all the damn time. Different sizes, different colors within the span of like an hour or so. It doesn't make sense. And then when you zoom in on the moon, which thankfully we could do that. Don't do that with the fucking sun, obviously. You're not stupid, right? You're not stupid, right? Because you will burn your fucking eyelids out, your eyeballs out. But with the moon, you got this cold light, right? And when you zoom into a certain level, that you can see scan lines, lines that go from the top to the bottom and from the bottom to the top. There's videos that you can look online and see this, but when I was a kid, I don't remember exactly when in my life, but I remember seeing that in the clouds too, scan lines, right? Like scan lines going from one area. I think you could they have videos of that too. You can actually see scan lines in the sky. I'm not trying to say what that is, but to me it sounds like some kind of projection, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's like evidence of projection, because what you're seeing, if you are watching this video right now, if you really look as close to the screen as you can, you will see pixels. All those pixels change different colors to make the image that you see that's on any kind of LCD screen, or kind of, you know, just different kind of digital screens, TVs, whatever the case is. That's how things are displayed in like a multimedia device or something, you know what I'm saying? It just, there's a lot of relation, and it's just very, very interesting to ponder and think about these things, because look, guys, there's so much to consider in this thing that we call life, right? So much. And to think how, like, my parents, which I don't blame them at all, but to think like my parents initially raised me to kind of be just believing that everything was made by God, one single God, and everything got. He also had some angels, and one of the angels decided to rebel and fuck up everything. And um, this is what we call life, and that's it. You know, make sure you do right, and then maybe you'll get to go to heaven or hell. And then later on, after they broke regular Christian stuff and became a Jehovah's Witness, we learn of the possibility to also stay on this earth. I think there's a whole lot more to that. I think the most important thing to do is to learn and to extend your soul. And you do that by taking in information and then making it right with you. So, but you gotta put in the work. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm somewhat blessed because I have done a lot of research. I could have done a hell of a lot more though, you know. And I'm saying I'm blessed because there's certain experiences that I had in life that is, I can't deny. Y'all can hear them in some of my old videos on the X-Men channel and on the Demon Slayer X channel now. But me personally, when I think about the things that I've been through, you know, mm, there's just a whole lot more to it. And another note, um, if God made everything, He also made what's bad too, right? So the possibility of bad, should we can perceive it to be bad in the way where we perceive it like that? I don't think so. I think there needs to be a balance, right? So that's just what I kind of just want to end it with. I want to go ahead and give you a couple names to follow and look up because I don't think I've ever did this really. All this information I didn't just get from a book. I've learned and listened to a lot of people in a particular order. Um, I'm not going to tell you the particular order, but I'm a I'm gonna go ahead and say straight off the bat, if you want to learn to break the chains of this Christian mindset, look up somebody named Dr. Ray Hagins. He's a big ass bald black guy with glasses, I think, and he's got a couple of videos on YouTube. You might have a website, but check everything on YouTube first because obviously this is where we're here. This is where you're seeing me. After you're done with this video, if you're curious to see what he has to say, because this guy was a pastor for years, and he eventually broke out of that mentality because he chose to look at what was older than the Christianity religion, right? And if you do your retracing back, you can find that out yourself very easily. The Council of Carthage, the Council of Nicaea, those things didn't happen for nothing. And those are just two separate incidences or events that happened in history that should paint a picture. But those are very small things. There's a whole lot more to evidence of why it's a whole lot deeper than this Christianity bullshit. All right, but you don't want to make Ray Hagins your first and only stop. After you're done with Ray Hagins, I dare y'all, go look up Dr. Phil Valentine. Now, he doesn't compare to Dr. Ray Hagins because he's a metaphysical master. All right? This guy is Dr. Phil Valentine. But when you look up his older videos, particularly the one that I want to refer y'all to, which is called Cracking the Codes to the Bible, there's multiple parts. He has a demeanor um, that is it might throw some of y'all off because he's a pretty rowdy, rough kind of guy. You guys cannot pay attention to somebody's demeanor when it comes to the message. You got to listen to the whole message first and decide. Stop thinking that y'all savior um, or the next Messiah or whatever the next prophet is going to be somebody who meditates every day, eats nothing but fruits and veggies, and reads books all day, never curses. Man, that's some fucking bullshit. Because where did all this shit come from in the first place? Right? If, again, I'm not saying there's one God that made everything. Right now, I think there's I don't know where I'm at right now. There's a lot to ponder. But I think what's mostly important is what you think, right? And don't even get me started on this right now. But yeah, Dr. Phil Valentine, y'all look him up, right? And then after Dr. Phil Valentine, I'm gonna just go ahead and say for like food and stuff and eating and stuff, look up KT, the Arts Degree, which is Dr. Sebi's son, his stepson, and of course Dr. Sebi himself. Yes, should still be able to find videos of his stuff online, and very important information, very important information, y'all. So yeah, make sure y'all check that out. And then last but not least, I already mentioned him earlier, Black Magic 363. We can find pretty much all of these guys on his channel from time to time. He gives talks. There's a whole lot more people that I've listened to and take excerpts from and compare them to other things that I might know. But yeah, guys, you got to keep on keeping on with this research and making up your mind. Stop being distracted. And I mean, this thing we call life, I think it is to be enjoyed, but at the same time, you want to make sure that your soul gets to where it needs to go, and does what it came here to do, what it was supposed to do. I feel there's some part of me that feels like if you don't fulfill that to a certain extent, you might have to come back here or something worse. So just think about that, y'all. I hope this might give I don't think it's gonna really help so much, but I think it might give you a little bit of insight. Maybe motivate y'all to look more into your own dreams and stuff. But yeah, guys, I gotta do the same too. I gotta start writing shit down. But yeah, I'm kind of hopeful to have a dream tonight. I don't really think that I am because I'm kind of struggling with some things right now, to be honest with y'all. But those are my own personal problems, and I don't call myself a demon slayer for nothing. So I will get through them when I'm ready to. Alright? So, with that, I'm out. Demon Slayer X out. X-Men. Peace.